me feel, you make me feel. With every touch your body feels like home. You write a symphony inside my soul. I don't want you to ever let me go. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel like gold.
Welcome back, Sens fans, to another Sens Virtual Game Day show. My name is Kira. I'm the host of the show, and I'm coming to you live from the Canadian Tire Centre, right from Suite 402. Now, tonight is a very special evening. It's Hockey Fights Cancer Awareness here at the Canadian Tire Centre, where our goal is to raise money and awareness for organizations that have cancer care and cancer research. And tonight, the guys are rocking purple jerseys during warm-up to show their support, and we'll check that out in a little bit. But first, let's take it back to last night's game where the Senators did fall short 4-2 against the Oilers, but not without keeping it close, including a goal from Connor Brown where he extended his goal streak to 5 straight consecutive games. Let's check out the game highlights right here. We've got a shot at redemption tonight. The Oilers are back, and we're excited to get that going. But first, you guys have to get involved in tonight's show. It's way more fun when you do it like that. Number one, get your phone out. You guys can request your favorite song to be played live at the Canadian Tire Centre. All you got to do is tweet at us with the hashtag #SensSong and write your favorite song, and we'll do our best to play it live for the players to hear. It's really fun. I mean, it's Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Let's get the party started. Now, number two, we normally ask you guys to snap a selfie or a photo of you and your crew watching the game to see your jerseys or your game setup. But tonight, like I said, is a very, very special evening. It's Hockey Fights Cancer Awareness Night here at the CTC. So tonight, normally we hand out the I Fight For cards where you can write, and we have a moment of silence here at the CTC together. You can still participate in that by heading to senators.com and printing out your own I Fight For card, or you can do it virtually. You can tweet at us with the hashtag Sens, and we will gather as many of the I Fight For statements as we can and feature them on the show tonight. Now, number three, there's a $100 Skip the Dishes gift card up in the air, ready for you guys to claim, and it's so easy to win. All you have to do is go on the Sens app and check in to win. It's a graphic that literally says check in to win, and there's a winner every single game, and it could be you guys tonight. So make sure you don't miss out on that. Use the Sens app and check in to win. Now, it's a good thing, like I said, we've got redemption tonight. The Oilers are back. We've got to get them back. What do you think? Do you think Connor Brown will score in his 6th straight game tonight? I'm thinking, yeah. Now, Coach DJ Smith gave his take on tonight's game, and some very important lineup changes are right here. You might not have noticed, but Coach was wearing a Hockey Fights Cancer hat. He's supporting the cause, and now you can as well. Tonight, when you buy your 50/50 ticket, all the proceeds go to Candle Lighters, which is an organization that helps young cancer patients and their families. All you have to do is go to 5050sens.com to buy your ticket and take part. You guys can win big while giving back to people right here in Ottawa. Now, this next one is out of our hands. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's the golden goal. Last night, we were so close with 2 goals, so I'm already craving a Big Mac for tomorrow. On that 3rd goal, that means that tomorrow we get $3 Big Macs between 11 a.m. and 4 a.m. at participating McDonald's. As long as you use the MyMcD's app and you are 13 years or older, then you are in the game, you guys. Now, I would like a Big Mac for my Friday lunch, so let's go, Sens. Let's get those 3 goals. Okay, enough about Big Macs. It's time to take it back to the hockey. Tonight, like I said, the guys are rocking purple jerseys to support the Hockey Fights Cancer. Let's check it out.
enemy is upon us. Red shirts march from the east. Blue shirts from the south. 4 legions advance from the west. We must stand as one. The battle for Canada is here.
Thank you guys for watching another Sens virtual game day show. It was a beautiful day in the nation's capital. I am so excited and in such a good mood. I think we're going to win one tonight. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Final score predictions. It's now time to head over down to John Trottier with the opening ceremonies at the Canadian Tire Centre. John, over to you.
Don't play shorthanded. Be the extra attacker in the fight against COVID-19.
Practice physical distancing.
Stay at least 1 stick length apart.
Be a team player.
Wear a mask. Soyez un joueur d'équipe. Portez votre masque.
Hockey is more than a game. It's a community inspired by a sport. And strong communities need a clean environment to thrive. That's why we are committed to protecting the places where we live and play for future generations. We're using innovative technologies to transform our business and inspiring communities to lower emissions and conserve resources. Because when a sport is so much more than a game, you have to play it forward.
Les sénateurs tiennent d'abord à souligner que la partie se déroulera sur les terres faisant partie du territoire traditionnel non cédé du peuple Anishinaabe-Algonquin. In the spirit of truth and reconciliation, the Ottawa Senators would like to formally acknowledge and recognize that this game is being held on the ancestral, unceded territories of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation.
Good evening and welcome to Canadian Tire Centre. Bienvenue au Centre Canadian Tire. This season is presented by Molson Canadian, and tonight's game features the Edmonton Oilers and your Ottawa Senators. Tonight's officials, les Ossettes ce soir. The referees, les arbitres, Graham Skilleter and Kevin Pollock. The linesmen, les juges de ligne, Derek Nansen and Steve Martin. Les Ossettes en glace, tonight's offense officials. Supervisor Mike D'Amico. Scoring system manager Dean Fulford. The official score, Chris Kelly. Game timekeeper, Len Lenser. Penalty timekeeper, Jeff Bracken. And the video goal judge is Louis Terrien. Voici l'élément départ. Alors, le visiting starting lineup, starting for the Oilers. Pour Edmonton, number 41, le numéro 41, Mike Smith. Number 13, le numéro 13, Jesse Puljujärvi. Number 22, le numéro 22, Tyson Berry. Number 25, le numéro 25, Darnell Nurse. Number 29, le numéro 29, Leon Draisaitl. And number 97, le numéro 97, Connor McDavid.
Tangled with a demon that cut my rockin' horns. Got delivered, the doctor said a star is born. My circumstances were solid, but I was too bright for my own good. Now I'm trying to get my people out the hood. Where you play at? Is it where bullets spray at? Warned you ahead of time, I am flammable, stay back. Remember when faith was the toughest thing on my mind daily. Nowadays, one music critic can drive me crazy. Building something from scratch with blood and tears. Jagged path to winning, tackled 100 fears. 1990's the year, kicked off a fatal attraction. All my laughs on the line for the fight of satisfaction. Thinking they got me down, but look, that noise you make it, not profound. Meanwhile, my pen make helicopter sounds. Throwing jab, I kinda like Sam Judah. Not a victim, the shooter, lifted up by my pride, homie. Yeah, long as I'm alive, I get lifted by my pride. Yeah, long as I'm alive, I get lifted by my pride. Nothing wanna try. Nah, I'm sicker than no average.
Joining us to welcome the team to the ice, fresh off completing his first round of chemo in his fight against brain cancer, here's 12-year-old Justin Robinson.
Partisans des sénateurs, Sens Army, let's welcome your Ottawa Senators.
Merci, Justin. We are all with you. The Senators' starting lineup. l'alignement partant des Sénateurs d'Ottawa. At forward, à l'attaque, number 7, le numéro 7, Brady Tkachuk. Number 9, le numéro 9, Josh Norris. Number 13, le numéro 13, Nick Paul. On defense, à la défense, number 22, le numéro 22, Nikita Zaitsev. Number 72, le numéro 72, Thomas Chabot. And the goaltender, le gardien de but, number 31, le numéro 31, Anton Forsberg. Please rise, remove your hats, and join Anya Haynar as she performs Au Canada. Veuillez vous lever, retirez chapeau et casquette et joignez-vous à Anya Haynar pour l'interprétation de l'hymne national.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, qu'à ton bras c'est porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
Tonight we've got Wade Redden, the Senators DJ, and so much more coming up on the show. We'll be here every TV timeout and both intermissions, so join us. But first, it's time to tune in to TSN5 for gameplay. Go Sens, go!
Oilers penalty, Punition Edmonton, number 91, le numéro 91, Gaëtan Haas. 2 minutes for tripping, 2 minutes pour avoir fait trébucher. At 2 minutes 28 secondes, at 2 minutes 28 seconds, Sens are on the power play.
tonight is a very special night. As an entire hockey family, we are a force in the face of cancer. And here's how you guys can participate. The Ottawa Team Shop is actually auctioning off signed warm-up Hockey Fights Cancer jerseys, and you guys can place your bid tonight up until 10 p.m. on ottawateamshop.ca. Place your bid, and if you win, you are still supported. You get the jersey, and you've supported cancer research. And of course, one of the jerseys that are up for bid tonight is none other than forward Chris Tierney. He is a fantastic player, and his player resume is presented by StaffMax Staffing and Recruiting, Ottawa's #1 staffing and recruiting agency. Make sure to give him a follow on his social media. Of course, on Instagram, he is at ChrisTierney71, and on Twitter, he is just at Tierney71. Tons of awesome content of him and his life. You can follow along, show him some love, give him a follow, retweet his tweets. You know the drill. Like I said, tonight is a very special night here at CTC, and if you buy 50-50 tickets tonight, all the proceeds will be going to Candle Lighters, which is an organization that provides services for young cancer patients and family. It goes to young people in Ottawa, just like someone who is so incredibly courageous and brave. Her name is Bria, and she's a phenomenal Sens fan who visited us a ton last season. She was here tonight and she visited with the players. We have some awesome footage of that. Bria, thank you for joining us because today marks 1 year since completing her final chemo treatment. Such a special night, an honor to have you here. Bria, she is doing so well and we are so happy to have you here tonight. Let's check out a Kids Know Best game from last season.
This morning, Bria had her 50th chemo treatment. That's 5-0. Bria, we are so happy to have you here with us tonight, joined by your lovely mom, April. So we are gonna play a game, okay? So April, we asked Bria 3 different questions. If you're able to match her answers, then you guys are gonna win an awesome prize from Tim Hortons. Sound good? All right, question number 1. What is Bria's favorite thing to order at Tim Hortons?
Croissant?
A croissant. Let's see what she put. Candy cane hot chocolate. Very seasonal. Great choice. All right, number 2. Who is Bria's favorite Senators player?
Mark Borowiecki.
Mark Borowiecki. Let's see. You got it. Good job. All right, number 3. Who is the better cook, mom or dad?
Definitely mom.
What did Bria say? Mom. There you go. 2 out of 3. Thank you guys both so much for playing.
Oilers penalty, punition Edmonton, number 41, le numéro 41, Mike Smith. 2 minutes for delay a game. 2 minutes pour avoir fait retarder le jeu. Penalty being served by number 39, le numéro 39, Alex Chiasson. Time 12 minutes, 55 seconds. À 12 minutes, 55 secondes. Sens are on the power play.
One of our most special moments from the Hockey Fights Cancer Nights here at CTC is when everyone fills out their I Fight For cards. So many people have been touched by cancer with their own stories and impacted their life in a different way, and we're coming together, and it's beautiful to see these cards. You can still participate. You can go to senators.com and print out your own card and fill it out, or you can screenshot the mobile version on the Senators Instagram story and share it with your community online. Up next, we have some awesome moments captured of fans with their I Fight For cards.
Watching the play in the first period. Démarrage de jeu en première période. After the first period of play, the score is 0 for the Oilers and 0 for the Sens. Après la première de jeu, le pointage est de 0 pour les Oilers et 0 pour Ottawa. Shots on goal in the first period for Edmonton 5 and for Ottawa 10. Tirs au but en première période pour Edmonton 5 et Ottawa 10.
All right, Sens fans, welcome back. It's the Sens Virtual Game Day. I'm Kira Johnston, the host of the show, coming at you live from the Canadian Tire Centre. In the first period, the Sens came out with a ton of energy. They were able to keep the lid on the dangerous Edmonton offense. It's still a tie game here. Neither team was able to get that first critical goal in the first, so we'll see what happens in the second. Now, I've got to remind you guys to check in to win tonight. There's still a $100 Skip the Dishes gift card up for grabs. What a fantastic way and gift card to get while we're hanging out at home. Who doesn't want $100 of takeout food, okay? So all you got to do, go on your Sens app on your phone and click on the check in to win graphic. And you guys could be ordering takeout for the next at least week, maybe a couple days. I don't know, depends. Now, someone who was also hanging out at home, and lucky for me, that means I got to chat with him, was Senators legend Wade Redden. If you guys checked out yesterday's show, we had part 1, and in tonight's show, we have part 2. He was so gracious to chat with us about the impact that cancer has had on his family. Let's check it out.
What was it like for yourself to play in front of the fans in Ottawa, your time there?
Well, it was, well, I just think back even to getting goosebumps for playoff games when you first come on the ice, when the lights are off and the fans were just so excited. I mean, it fed off, you just fed off that energy and that noise. You know, I even think back, my first year was in 97, as you said. And the last game we had to win against Buffalo to get in the playoffs. And I remember seeing some highlights on TV, but there was just a buzz. Like it's just fun to be in those environments when the fans are in, like the game, so much is on the line and everyone in the building feels it. And those are the things that gives me goosebumps right now, just thinking about it, because it's the energy and the excitement. That's why we play the game, is to be in those moments. So, and there was a lot of them in Ottawa, because some of those playoff runs and some of those big games where you scratch and claw and get a big win. It's obviously when you think of all the work you put in from October to April and get in the playoffs, you want to be in those situations where there's lots to play for and so much on the line, and everyone was so committed, and we had the fans behind us. It was just fun to be part of.
Oh, it was electric going into the arena.
yeah.
Like it's just like the volume, the energy, everything about it is just is so special. And I mean, hopefully this is a one-off season for the guys, because it'd be awesome for fans to get back next season, of course. But other than the fans, what is something that you missed maybe the most about playing?
Yeah, well, there's a few things. I mean, I talked about the bonds you have with the guys and the fun you have at the rink, after practice, before practice, traveling on the road, in the plane, on the bus. I mean, there's always lots of laughs and lots of stuff going on. But yeah, I mean, I do miss the competitive side of it too. Just, working so hard day in and day out to be ready to compete, to play against some of the best, obviously not some of them, but all of the best players in the world. And to try to be at your best to do that is such a worthwhile endeavor to put all that time and effort into it, because there's lots of rewarding things that come along with it. So it was, a privilege to be able to play and to do that. And, when it's done, it's done. So it was fun while it lasted.
Well, it's always nice to reminisce on the good old days, but I'm curious, what's your favorite part about retirement nowadays?
It is fun to reminisce.
Yeah.
But I think my body appreciates not being in those situations now. I know once you get into I guess I've been done. It's been 8 years now. So just at the end of the career, it does catch up to some more than others. Some still seem like they can go forever, but the aches and pains, the grind you put your body through. So I don't miss that, waking up every morning stiff and sore and bruised up and toes hurting or whatever. It's stepping in front of pucks. I kind of cringe now. I remember I was thinking of playing one more year or something. I was training and hoping for a contract, and I kept watching games and guys getting hit into the boards, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I've had enough of that. Guys getting taken off the ice, helped off the
I'm
ice.
good.
But yeah, I mean, that's obviously part of it. You sign up for that stuff, but at the end it's like let the young guys do that now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, it's funny now, your body's more limber and less sore now than it was when you were playing, I'm sure.
Yeah. Not near as good a shape. So I miss that too, but.
Well, the camera's only shoulders up, so you look great.
We'll keep it there.
We'll keep it there. Now tonight is Hockey Fights Cancer Night in Ottawa. I'm sure this evening, I can imagine, is a very special one for you and your family. You lost your mother to cancer during the 2006 playoffs. Can you describe what sort of impact that had on you at the time and now?
Yeah, well, it was a huge impact. I mean, it was obviously Mom was such a big influence on me all the way through from all my hockey career, obviously all of my whole life, and a big loss. She was someone that I leaned on lots in situations for, guidance, and she was just a reassuring person in my life that I still miss to this day. So it's still tough. I mean, it's been 15 years now almost. So it was a big loss for our family. And I think back to that year, she actually got diagnosed during training camp, and Dr. Chow, who's a close friend and such a great man, still around the team now. He was such a big help in bringing her into Ottawa and getting some treatments. And then she made her way home, and it was just an aggressive form of cancer. And by the playoffs, she was gone. So it was a big loss. I think that was the best year I had in my career, though, statistically speaking, and even our team was one of the best that it would have had over those years. So I don't know. It was it was tough, still tough.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And I'm sure someone listening that is maybe going through something similar or dealing with something along those lines, I'm sure it's nice to hear, the impact that it had, and comforting in some sense. But thank you for sharing with us your thoughts on that.
Well, one thing I'd like to say too is I remember well, Mr. Melnick was great. John Muckler, who's now since passed as well, was a GM, and just the team was so supportive and helped out in so many ways that it was huge help to me and huge help to my family. So it was when I think back to, I'm going back to those days again and how close our team was as a family, and everyone was quite affected too. Like all my teammates knew my mom, and she was a part of their lives when she'd come down, and all the parents were around, and it was tough time. Everyone was so close though, and so I had a lot of support and a lot of love coming my way, which certainly helped.
Wade, yeah, thank you so much. A career that is just unforgettable. I've watched you my whole life, and so it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today. Thank you for joining us.
Kira, pleasure I look forward. I'll be back and hopefully see you soon in person.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Perfect. Thank you.
You listened to your coach and played like your heroes. But not every game goes your way. From generation to generation, life lessons are passed on. Our moments of understanding and learning connect us. And while some things change, others stay the same. Esso, 80 years supporting hockey.
Very grateful that Redden took the time to chat with us about the impact that cancer has had on his life. Many players across the league have stories of their own and how cancer has changed their lives. Up next is Vegas Golden Knights star Shea Theodore with his story.
They ended up finding, I think it was 3 different types of cancer. One of the types was more aggressive. It was completely undetected by any self-check that I could have had. I got invited to go to the World Championships in Slovakia. So I thought it was, a good decision to go play for Team Canada. And I think I was tested at the end of the round robin. And then, a couple days later, we lose in the gold medal game. And the guy comes over to me just as I'm leaving the ice and he says, "Hey, we got to go get tested again." And I thought it was weird to get tested once in the tournament. That's common, but to get tested, again within a couple days, that's pretty rare. I think it was about a month until we finished traveling and I came back to Vegas and, talked to the doctors, got scans, got blood work done. I found out that I was diagnosed with, testicular cancer, and, I was fortunate enough to find out early enough. So I had surgery, in the month of June, and I was fortunate to not have to go through any chemo or, anything that a lot of people who find out a lot later have to do and have to fight. And, I think anytime you have cancer, whether, you go through treatment or, like I did, I had it removed right away, you definitely take a step back. I think it allowed me to really look at kind of what mattered in life, really enjoy the small things. I'm very fortunate to play in the NHL. I wasn't able to get back skating until I came to camp in September.
Grandmother of Shea Theodore, Grandma Kay Darlington, herself battling stage 4 breast cancer. A ceremonial puck drop, well done by Grandma Kay Darlington tonight.
I think the smile on her face said it all. She was so excited, to be able to be on the ice and, have her drop the puck and look at all the people there in support and, showing their lights on their phones. I mean, that's definitely one of the coolest things I think that's ever happened to me.
Special moment for Shea, as we all know what he had to deal with and battle through in the off season.
I created Kay's Power Play based on, the passing of my grandmother this past year. And, she had breast cancer and she was able to, fight for a long time. And, unfortunately, she's no longer with us. But, in her honor, I think Kay's Power Play is going to help a lot of people. At its core, K's power play will focus on awareness, access, why mammograms are important, and funds. The most in need, including uninsured, underinsured, and patients under 40 years old whose mammograms are not covered. They may tap into K's power play to stay one step ahead of potentially life-altering diagnosis. So, I think that's going to be very important, and I think it's going to help a lot of people. My main goal with having all of these things come out regarding my story, I want people to get tested. I was very fortunate to find out early enough where I could have surgery and have it removed. And, if that urges a couple people to, call their doctor and book tests that they normally wouldn't, or, even self-check, I think that's the most important thing. And, if this can help save lives, then that's all I'm trying to do.
An incredibly moving story from Shea Theodore with an incredibly important message. Make sure to check out his initiative, K's Power Play, in honor of his late grandmother. Now that's all the time we have for the first intermission, so let's bring it back into hockey mode with some first period highlights and some of your song requests by Eric Sauvé. Take it away. All right, Sens Army, question for you guys, for everyone watching on the stream right now. Who wants a brand new Senators jersey? I think everybody here wants it. Now, the Ultimate Fan Game Day Trivia is now live for tonight's game against Edmonton, and all you got to do is answer 3 questions about the Senators at nhl.com/Senators. If you answer all 3 questions, you're entered in to win a Senators jersey. I want to see you guys rocking your brand new jersey, so definitely go answer those questions right now. A winner is chosen every single game. NHL.com/Senators, scroll down, and it's Can You Prove It? That's the title of it. Try it out.
The enemy is upon us. Red shirts march from the east. Blue shirts from the south. 4 legions advance from the west. We must stand as one. The battle for Canada is here.
Don't play shorthanded. Be the extra attacker in the fight against COVID-19.
Practice physical distancing.
Stay at least 1 stick length apart.
Be a team player.
Wear a mask. Soyez un joueur d'équipe. Portez votre masque.
We need a little energy. We need a little dance moves. Let's throw back to the fan of the game cam where we captured your dance moves on camera. Let's take it away.
Esto se hizo pa' bailar como el mambo. Cuando tú lo escuchas te enloqueces bailando. En la sabrosura de la gente gozando. Esto contagia, bailando. Mira qué bueno esto está. Como a ti te gusta, esto está. A ti que te contagia, eso está. Suéltate con el mambo. Esto se hizo pa' bailar. Esto se hizo por bailar. Esto se hizo por bailar. Que te contagia. Bailando. Esto se hizo para bailar como el mambo. Cuando tú lo escuchas te enloqueces bailando. En la sabrosura de la gente gozando. Que te contagia. Bailando. Que tú vas a ver con el 1, 2, 3. Que chévere. Ajá. Y que tú vas a ver con el 1, 2, 3. Que chévere. Actitud. Actitud. Actitud, actitud, bailando.
Senators penalty produced en Ottawa, number 22, le numéro 22, Nikita Zaitsev. 2 minutes for holding. 2 minutes pour avoir retenu at 10 minutes 29 secondes, at 10 minutes 29 seconds. Edmonton goal, le but des Oilers, his 8th of the season. Son 8e de la saison. Scored on the power play by number 56, le numéro 56, Kyler Yamamoto. Assist to number 97, le numéro 87, Connor McDavid. And number 22, le numéro 22, Tyson Berry. Time 11 minutes, à 11 minutes.
All right, guys, let's throw back to one of my favorite in-arena games from last season. Now, this might seem like a regular old puck stack game, but watch until the end. There's a little bit of a surprise and an announcement that's going to change this contestant's life. I should probably check back in with them because it's been way more than 9 months since then. Check it out.
3, 2, 1, go! Good job, Brian. All right, now we've got a great prize for you. We've got 3 tickets to an upcoming Sens game. Now, you might be wondering why we've got 3 tickets for you, and that's because Julie actually emailed us earlier, and she wants to let you know that in August 2020, a new member of the Sens family and your family is coming.
Congratulations, congratulations. Ooh, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations.
Senators, goal! Le but des Sénateurs is 12th of the season, son 12e de la saison. Scoreman number 28, le numéro 28, Connor Brown. Assist number 71, le numéro 71, Chris Tierney. And number 5, le numéro 5, Mike Riley. Time to goal, 18 minutes, 3 seconds. À 18 minutes, 3 secondes. Watching play in the second period. Dernière minute de jeu en deuxième période. After 2 periods of play, the score is a 1 for the Oilers and 1 for the Sens. Après 2 périodes de jeu, le pointage est de 1 pour les Oilers et 1 pour les Sénateurs. Shots on goal in the second period. For the Oilers, 8 for a 2-period total of 13, and for the Sens, 14 for a 2-period total of 24. Tir au but en deuxième période. Pour Edmonton, 8 pour un total de 13 et Ottawa, 14 pour un total de 24.
A greasy goal by Yamamoto and a 5-hole laser by Connor Brown. We are keeping the pressure on the Oilers, and Connor Brown is 6 games in a row. He is on fire. So we're heading into the third, 1-1. Now you're watching the Sens Virtual Game Day Show. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kira, the host, and before we get into the intermission fun, you guys, the 50-50 jackpot is on fire tonight. It's already over $3,500. Could you imagine getting that just plopped into your bank account? Okay, join in on the fun. Go to 5050sens.com, buy your ticket. All the proceeds do go to the Senators Community Foundation. Now, while you're online dreaming about that 50-50 cash, you might as well buy your fan cutout. We have awesome photos of all of you guys in the first ring of the bowl, and it looks awesome having you guys back here. The players love it. The media loves it. Might as well get in on the fun. Show them your support. We're going to fill it up. And the best part of all is all the proceeds do go towards the Senators Community Foundation. So head to senators.com to find out some more details and come to a game, sort of, with your picture. Now, one of the really special moments about having you guys here in the arena is some of the amazing people that we are introduced to on special nights like Hockey Fights Cancer. Last season, the Senators organized an incredible ceremonial face-off with some courageous young individuals, each impacted by cancer in a different way. Let's meet them.
Tonight is our annual Hockey Fights Cancer Awareness Night in support of the Canadian Cancer Society. Life is full of ups and downs. 1 minute, you're chasing a provincial championship with 17 of your best friends, and the next, you can't play hockey anymore because you have leukemia. Instead of games and practices, it's tests and hospital stays. Everything that was once so clear has become so uncertain. Life can change in an instant. Julia Miller was diagnosed with leukemia in March of last year and braced for the long fight ahead. Today, thanks to great treatment and the support of her family, friends, and teammates, she's come out the other side and is on the road to recovery. Julia, you mentioned that your team has been with you every step of the journey. With that in mind, we thought that they should be with you here tonight so you can all celebrate together. Would Matt Duchesne of the Ottawa Senators and Franz Nielsen of the Detroit Red Wings come to center ice for the ceremonial face-off? Everyone, please stand and display your I Fight For card as a salute to Julia and everyone fighting this terrible disease. Thank you. Merci.
Special moments like that are truly brought to life by the people working hard behind the scenes. Someone who has been working so hard this season to make it feel like every other game in the past is none other than Sens DJ Alex Marchand. Last night we had part 1 of our interview, and tonight we have part 2. He fills us in on his favorite moments of working with the Senators over his whole career. Check it out.
You mentioned that you started with the Senators in 2005?
Yeah.
It's a long time with the team and through some like massive years with the team, of course. What is the career highlight so far with the Senators? Number 1 moment for you?
There have been so many. You know, I count myself lucky to have been part of so many amazing moments for this franchise, you know, since then. I think some of the biggest franchise highlights have been since I started, lucky to me. For me, I would probably say making the Stanley Cup final in 2007, only 2 years after I started, would have been a massive one. I remember starting, and I had never experienced this kind of crowd before, and I remember one person came up to me and said, "Oh, you think this is something? Wait until we get into the playoffs. The energy is just crazy." And I was like, no, I've dealt with different types of crowds before, craziness. I know what it's like. No, I was wrong, completely wrong. The energy, the playoff atmosphere is something that was just unbelievable.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you think that just regular playoffs is goosebumps. Then you make the Stanley Cup final, and that was just crazy. So career-wise, yeah, that would probably be a highlight. But we how we've been very lucky. Part of not only with the Sens, but with the building, how we've had so many amazing events that have come through. We've had World Junior Hockey Championships in 2009, which was complete insanity. That was a heck of a tournament. World Women's Hockey, which has been another highlight, a draft, an all-star game. So many great events have come through that I've had the chance of working, and even the outdoor game, which was not even in our building, it was at TD Place, and I got to work that as well. So I count myself very lucky. There are so many highlights that will be memories for a lifetime, but at the same time, if I had to pick one, yeah, the Stanley Cup final is still number one.
Of course. What a beautiful answer. I had goosebumps. You took me on an emotional roller coaster, Alex.
I guess I'm a better storyteller than I thought I was.
You are.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, I mean, of course, you've had some massive career highlights with the Senators, but not only that, your role has had to evolve quite a bit, especially this year. Pardon me. What has this year been like transitioning to having no fans in the building?
That's a good question. At first, I don't think any of us knew what to expect. You, me, anyone. You go in there and the building is empty, completely empty, and is quiet. Now, we've been lucky that the synthetic crowd noise has been added to the building. It kind of gives it a bit of more energy, but it's not real. It's not real. But it does help, and our guys who are operating that equipment are just really amazing and really have helped, I think, all of us kind of keep our minds and attentions on the game, because the crowd for us has always been a key factor in our production to know what's going on, because sometimes we're busy doing other things and we're missing parts of the game. It happens.
Oh yeah.
So for me, sometimes when the crowd erupts, I'm getting something queued up and I look up and I see what's happening, which I was afraid we weren't going to have that this year, but lucky for us with our operators have been, taking care of the noise in the building. It's helped a lot for me. So I've missed a lot less than I thought I was, but that was a bit of a concern for me, was like how different it was going to sound. But overall, it's been, sometimes I do find myself, partially forgetting that there's no one in the building. I'm a fan as much as you are, right? Yeah. And when you kind of get into a really good hockey game, even when you're watching on the couch at home, you kind of forget. And so sometimes I really do get involved into the game and invested, and I forget there's no fans, but it's, in the end, it's still a big part of the game that's missing.
An interesting point you brought up there, how you kind of honestly lean on the fans to make sure that your job rolls smoothly 100%. That is so interesting that I never really thought of, but it's so true. When I'm hosting as well from the suite, I can't see the rink, but I can see the jumbo screen. So when I'm rehearsing or practicing or preparing, the synthetic fan noises help me kind of look up. And I'm curious, how do they record those synthetic fan noises?
As far as I'm aware, the equipment and all the sounds were provided by the league. So those have been provided. So they have different types of sounds and reaction noises that are preloaded at different intensities. So basically, whenever there's a big play, the operator can hit a button and there's like, whoa, and that kind of helps me sometimes when there's a save and I'm like, oh no, what's going on? But I think these guys have turned it into a bit of an art form, because they're basically sitting in front of this console and they're basically mimicking with their fingers what a crowd would react to during a game. And that must not be very easy. At least I don't think it's easy. But it's helped me, like you said, and yourself, know what's going on during the games, because sometimes we do miss it. During the games, you're probably getting your script ready for the next, next hit. I'm queuing up songs or something's happened. I'm getting ready for something and whoops, we got to look up.
Certainly a different year here for Alex and the team, myself, but we are doing our best to make it as normal as possible. Now, not that you weren't inspiring, Alex, but let's shift gears to something a little bit more inspiring that came out of the NHL from last season. We all know the name Oscar Lindblom. We were touched by his story in December 2019 when he was diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer. That didn't stop him, though, from persevering and rejoining his team for the 2020 playoffs. Let's see it here.
This guy battled his stuff all year, Oski.
It's tough to just hear those words that I had cancer, had to go through chemo and all that. When it all started, it was like a blur for me. I can't really remember. The battle started and I just grinded it through. I mean, I've been thinking about that moment during every treatment. It's like I get one step closer to ringing that bell. When I was there and I saw all the nurses and my girlfriend was there and it was tough to take it all in. I got home, it's like, oh wow, I'm finally done with this. I just have to get back on track and trying to get back to my physical shape and live my normal life again. Good? Yeah. You have a chance to win the Stanley Cup. I want to be here and I want to help the team to win games, and that first game is going to be special.
For him to beat cancer, he's been working extremely hard to get back in the lineup and help us. You have to expect that at some point he's going to tell me that he's ready to play.
Ready to go, big boy?
Yeah.
It's a great day in hockey to see Oscar Lindblom back on the ice, and the fact he's going to play, unbelievably great story.
Be around the boys is the best thing for me right now, and I feel great.
Oscar, all right? Hey! Hey, hey!
Players are saluting Oscar Lindblom, who has returned to the Flyer lineup. Diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer in early December. His last treatment was in early July and has come all the way back.
You know, Oscar, a great young man that wanted to help his team, and he did.
A really special moment for him to come out there and to see the support from not only our team, but the Owls.
I knew that I'm going to play one day, but I didn't know when, so today was the day, and I'm just lucky to be out there and be with these guys.
This guy's hard. You have to see it to believe it.
Wait about probably a great OT winner, you're a horse, but this guy battled his stuff all year, Oski.
Not saying much. If you have it tonight, you go for the next one here.
You listened to your coach and played like your heroes. But not every game goes your way. From generation to generation, life lessons are passed on. Our moments of understanding and learning connect us. And while some things change, others stay the same. SO, 80 years supporting hockey.
Hockey is more than a game. It's a community inspired by a sport. And strong communities need a clean environment to thrive. That's why we are committed to protecting the places where we live and play for future generations. We're using innovative technologies to transform our business and inspiring communities to lower emissions and conserve resources. Because when a sport is so much more than a game, you have to play it forward.
absolute goosebumps watching that video. Such an incredible story from Oscar, persevering, so motivating and inspiring. It's been a beautiful night here at CTC, but that is all the time we have for the second intermission. We'll be back here every TV timeout in the third. Now let's bring it back to some hockey and let's get fired up for the third. Eric, take it away. Chad, I see your comment in the chat. No worries, honest mistake. I mean, I am a fan and the host of the show. Anyways, Josh Norris is definitely starting to feel pretty comfortable on the ice. It's definitely showing in his play. Guys, he's only 21 years old, so we caught up with him, had a chat about the impact that his coaches had on his development as a young player in the league.
I think it just started last year. Had a good year in Belleville and learned a lot from Manor down there, and Colin Jock was great with me as well, and obviously played with Drake and Brandon and some other guys down there, and I think I've kind of carried that over with me into this season, and as I've gotten more comfortable as the year's gone on, I think I've found my game a little bit more, and just want to keep getting better. DJ's great, especially for our group right now. There's some things that you have to go through to become a good team, and I think, like I've said before, we have a good group that's kind of all going through it together, and he does a good job of holding us accountable, but at the same time, letting us be ourselves, and helping us realize that we're all good players and that we really want to get to a spot where we're a contender. So DJ's been great for us all season.
All right, the moment you guys have been waiting for, the unofficial 50-50 winning number. 4799797. Congrats, you are going home with an estimated prize of just over $4,000. Congratulations, go to senators.com to claim your prize. All right, guys, I've got a question for you. How are your at-home workouts going during this quarantine? Not so well? Haven't started yet? That's okay. Honestly, me neither. And you have a lot more time before we put you on the muscle cam here at the arena. Let's throw it back to last season with some big flexors.
It's time for the Farm Boy Muscle Cam. Sens Army, show us your muscles.
Oilers goal, le but d'Edmonton, his 4th of the season, son 4e de la saison, scored by number 14, le numéro 14, Devon Shore. Assist to number 82, le numéro 82, Caleb Jones. And number 16, le numéro 16, Jujar Kara. Time 12 minutes, 58 seconds, à 12 minutes, 58 secondes.
Connor Brown, 6 goals in 6 games. The kid is on fire. He has scored every single game since March 25th. Let's watch them all.
Watch the play in the third period. Dynamique de jeu en troisième période. Oilers' goal, le but d'Edmonton, is 9th of the season, so 9e de la saison. Scored unassisted by number 13, le numéro 13, Jesse Puljujärvi. Time to goal, 19 minutes, 50 seconds, à 19 minutes, 50 secondes. Here tonight's Molson Canadian 3 stars of the game. Voici maintenant les 3 étoiles Molson. La troisième étoile, the third star from the Edmonton Oilers, number 16, le numéro 16, Jujhar Khaira. The second star, la deuxième étoile, from your Ottawa Senators, number 28, le numéro 28, Connor Brown. Et la première étoile, the first star from the Edmonton Oilers, number 41, le numéro 41, Mike Smith.
Sens fans, on to the next one. We are back here Monday, April 12th. The Jets versus the Sens at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining us online for another Sens virtual game day. We'll see you next one.